Welcome to another edition of Mike Ferry TV. My name is Tony Smith, Vice President of the Mike Ferry organization, and I am thrilled to come back to you today with another Mike Ferry TV. Okay, we're going to start a two-part series this week and next week about some thoughts from Mike, and I titled this, 20 Thoughts on Creating High Levels of Productivity for Yourself Now. Would everybody agree that with things that are going on, the changes in the market, the way that things are progressing today, that high levels of productivity are required today? Boy, here at MFO, we are sure working hard to make sure you're being as productive as you should be so that you can take advantage, okay? Now, from our perspective, this is a golden opportunity for you to take advantage of the changes that are going on. But we have to be productive. Okay, so let's start looking at these points straight from Mike Ferry about being more productive and see if some of these apply to you and what you can do in the growth of your real estate company for yourself. The first one, the higher the quality of service, the higher the quality of business you will do. Think about it. The higher the quality of your service that you provide, the higher the quality of business you will do, right? What are your standards for service? Are you working from some elevated standards for customer service right now? Here's what we know. Quality service depends on quality skills. So if your skills are of high quality, if your prospecting skills, your lead follow-up skills, your presenting skills, your negotiating skills, if those are all super high quality, can you appreciate that the quality of those skills means a great quality of customer service? So how would you grade yourself on your skills today? Would you like better business? Upgrade the quality of the skills you have. I often wrote, improved service often requires making faster decisions. Boy, if there's one thing in the world today that seems to have slowed down, is people making decisions. Are you urgent about what you're trying to get done? Are you making fast decisions in your business? If you are, then you'll actually increase the quality of service. If you're slow to make decisions, it's not good for service. Number 2 on this list, if we want to be in high productivity right now, I have to initiate good business changes. Listen to this. Initiate good business changes and stop reacting emotionally to the external changes. All right? If we focus on high self-improvement, it removes the option of letting high self-doubt sneak in. So if you're really looking at good business changes, what are you trying to change in the way you operate your business? Are you clear in what you're trying to improve on? If you focus on the changes you're trying to make in business, and even personally for that matter, then you stop reacting emotionally to the chatter that's going on out in the world out there. And boy, is there a lot of chatter, okay? The economy exists in your head. So if you're working on making solid changes, increasing your time management, improving your prospecting, improving your skills, improving your mindset, and you stay focused on those business changes, you're not going to get locked into all the external changes that are going on. Great point, isn't it? Look at point 3. Desperation is the downfall of success. Desperation is the downfall of success. If you want to focus on high levels of productivity, you have to come from a lack of, absent of being desperate. Now, I know there's times where we need a listing, but mentally we cannot get caught in that spot where we have to have a listing that we come from desperation. If you will start training your mind that you really want business, but you don't have to have it, take the ones you want. Strong generation is required, right? And then don't be attached to the outcome. I've always had this belief. I'm pretty attached and pretty connected to my efforts. Am I doing the right thing? Am I tracking? Am I critiquing my performance? But not be attached to the outcome, right? All you can do is your best. So if you focus on doing your best every day and the outcome isn't exactly what you're looking for, what else can you do? Right? Number 4 on this list, I must study on a regular basis how people that are successful operate. Do you have a strong mentor? Who is your mentor? Mike Ferry has been the mentor of many, many, many real estate agents for a long, long time. If you want to study somebody, He's a good one, okay? But maybe in your own market, maybe another Mike Ferry agent, maybe an agent in your office. Why don't you study them? Do you have role models, right? Study why and how they succeed. Now, we're not competing against them, but it sure is good to study those things that maybe causes them to succeed. Why not try to emulate a role model? It helps with productivity. Number 5 on the list, price and motivation are the only 2 issues. Boy, with what's going on today, we have to remind ourselves that price and motivation are the only 2 issues today. What hangups do you have about pre-qualifying people completely? What hangups do you have about, really understanding what the right price is? Are you taking enough time to really understand it and study it? Desperate agents take overpriced listings and they reduce their commission. Agents that are prospecting and looking for motivation all the time and have a clear understanding of what the right price is tend to take listings at the right price with full commissions. It's interesting, right? The market is opening up that we can't spend a lot of time with unmotivated, unqualified people today. It's not going to work out that well. Do you know what clear motivation is? People that have to sell versus people that are just greedy. It's important if we want to look at productivity. How many leads do you have right now or clients that you may be working with that are not motivated enough to get the job done today? Should we start moving past those people faster? We think so. Okay. 6 on this list. Sellers and buyers deserve the truth. Always give it to them. If you want to increase your productivity, recognize that everybody deserves the truth. Give it to them. Don't let your competition and you're competitive. Don't let your competitive nature skew the truth. Here at MFO, we're constantly reminding you, we want you to under-promise and over-deliver. Many people that get competitive try to over-promise and then they end up under-delivering. People need the truth, okay? If the house is not in the condition to sell, you have to be able to deliver that truth. If they want a price that's clear up here and it's just not going to happen, you have to be able to deliver the truth. If the buyer is looking or trying to get something that's unrealistic today, you have to deliver the truth. Do they ever like the truth? No. People oftentimes do not like the truth, but it doesn't change the fact that they want it and they need it, and we have to give it to them. Where in your business do you need to be able to be a little more truthful with the clients? How about those market conditions today? How about condition versus price? How about price reductions? We have to be sure to give the truth for more productivity. Look at 7. We must understand that this is a direct sales business. Okay? What does a direct sales business mean? For the last 2 or 3 years, it was almost like we were in a retail business, right? Like, you basically taking orders from people. I want to buy, I want to sell, you're taking orders. That's retail. Retail is you have a store and you sell cookies. And in that store, you have cookies on the shelf. Clients walk in and buy your cookies, right? Direct sales. How good am I at finding business versus waiting for it or buying it? A direct sales business, we understand our ability to go out and find business versus waiting for it or buying it. Boy, we could get away with this the last couple of years, waiting for it and buying it. Still did pretty good. In today's times, to be productive, we have to remember direct sales. I also put down, direct sales equals a strong canned presentation, it equals finding business daily, and it equals our ability to ask the hard questions that lead to a signature. That's direct sales. Most real estate agents were not born into the direct sales business. I know I wasn't. Most real estate agents were not trained in direct sales. That's the industry we've chosen. Okay. How about things like this? How about recording your presentation? Record some of your practice. We know that people that sign contracts, it's because of the quality of the presentation. When's the last time you really looked closely at the quality of your presentation? That's direct sales. When's the last time you recorded some prospecting or some lead follow-up to make sure you're on cue and you're doing it properly? That's direct sales. Everybody else in the direct sales industry is out doing this kind of stuff all day long, every day. We need to take their advice and become productive agents. in the direct sales business. Next on the list, if you make the mistake and overprice a listing, it requires a strong price reduction system or even a price reduction strategy. We're going to make mistakes, especially in this market as it's changing. How strong is your price reduction system backing up when you make a mistake? Okay, things like, have you fully implemented a price reduction strategy? Do you know the scripts? Gosh, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm sorry I made a huge mistake when I listed your property. I wasn't tough enough on price. In fact, I actually was outsold by you on the price. So we have three choices today. We can either extend this listing for another year, hoping for a better price, okay? We can reduce the price by 10% today so we can get it sold for you, or I can give your listing back. Which would you prefer? Do you have a strong price reduction strategy backing up any mistakes you might make with price? If you want to be productive in this changing market, you need to consider that for sure. Number 9, okay? I waited till way down the list on this section. Number 9, prospect more. There is no other solution. If we want to be productive today, we simply have to generate more leads. We have to find more motivated people, and that means more prospecting. If you're only making 5 or 10 contacts a day and you should be making 25, we have to hurry up and get there. Do you need to be held accountable? I put down, track your numbers to determine your efficiency. Boy, if we're not efficient with our prospecting today, if we're starting late on not making good contacts per hour, if we're messing around between dials, if we're, doing research the whole time we should be prospecting, if we're not finishing a whole prospecting session, those inefficiencies are going to kill us today. We've got to get efficient. I wrote down, hey, whatever happened to bonus sessions? Okay, remember bonus sessions? Some evening prospecting a couple days a week or one night a week, some aggressive Saturdays, all-day prospect. We've got prospecting clinics live and virtual. Agents are showing up by the droves to these things. They want to turn in the extra prospecting. It's required to be productive today, okay? I put down, commit to an absolute minimum of 2 hours per day, 5 to 6 days per week. Can you commit to an absolute minimum of 2 hours of prospecting per day, 5 to 6 days per week? If you do, you will increase your productivity and your production, okay? And then number 10 on the list for this first half of this list of 20, a minimum of 30 minutes per day of aggressive lead follow-up, okay? Why do I avoid strong, aggressive lead follow-up? What hangups do you have about it? What hangups do you have about aggressively following up with the leads you have? Why do I avoid strong pre-qualifying? Because I don't want to know the answers, okay? You think about if leads are piling on me like crazy, like they had been for a long, long time, buyers coming from everywhere, everybody selling, buying, red hot market, you can screw up on a lot of leads and still make a great living, which a lot of people have done. When the market gets more normal, we can't screw up that much. We can't mess up on leads, which means we have to be true to it. Are you making some lead calls in the evenings? Are you calling leads that you have 2 and 3 times a day? Are you working on your dialogues? How about this? Mike Ferry's always suggested these 2 questions. Mr. Seller, do you still have to get your home sold on Primrose Lane? When can we set an appointment this week so I can get the process started? Right? It's not that hard. But can you do that? Can you be aggressive? It's going to be required. Okay, this is the first half. We've got 20 points on how to be more productive. I wanted to make this a 2-part series so it wasn't too long, okay? Hopefully some of these ideas work for you. They make sense to you. You can make some of those changes. Let's go out there and be more productive starting today. Thanks for your time.